Miss Vance was a young teacher just trying to give her students the best education possible, but she was constantly being targeted by a PTA mom named Brenda. Brenda was the ultimate Karen who thought she could dictate the entire curriculum just because she was high-key wealthy and moved like she owned the district. She was a total bully, even going so far as to call Miss Vance unprofessional and a bad influence just because the teacher had a tiny discreet wrist tattoo. Brenda really thought she was the main character and that she could treat the staff like background NPCs without any consequences. The vibe shifted during the school's annual silent auction, an event where Brenda always tried to flex for clout. She spent weeks bragging to the other parents about her ultra-rare, vintage wine donation, acting like she was dropping a fat bag to help the school. But Miss Vance knew Brenda was secretly a major cheapskate who lived for the expensive aesthetic without actually paying for it. Suspecting some cap, Miss Vance did a little digging and had the wine verified by a local expert. It turned out the vintage bottle was actually filled with $5 bottom-shelf grocery store wine that Brenda had decanted into a fancy recycled bottle. It was a total scam. Instead of having a crash out in private, Miss Vance stayed unbothered and waited for the live auction to peak. When it was time to present the wine, Miss Vance stepped up to the mic and accidentally announced the verified value to the entire room of wealthy donors. And next, we have Brenda's donation, a lovely $5.99 table read. Let's start the bidding at $5. The room went dead silent before everyone started whispering. Brenda turned a shade of purple that was actually darker than the cheap wine she donated. She was caught in 4K, and her reputation as a high society donor was officially cooked. She tried to act pressed, but the receipts didn't lie. Miss Vance just smiled, took a sip of water, and moved on to the next item. It was a total checkmate, proving that you shouldn't try to play a teacher who knows how to do her homework.